We spend our time lifting up Yah. We want him to arise.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Like a day spring in our hearts, we want Yah to arise.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Shalom, 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 y'all. It's Michael Israel. You're watching Spiritual Combat. Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Good to see all y'all in there. Everybody coming on in. Got a lot to talk about. We got a good message here. That as you, if you've been watching and just staying engaged with the saints, staying engaged, walking the word out in spirit and in truth, you know that the dead season is in full swing. We're beginning to, hopefully y'all walking it out and beginning to get the cadence of the dead season, and staying engaged, staying locked in to the word and into righteous things and stuff like that. Like I said, there's a lot of distractions, a lot of attacks. Just me in particular, just me dealing with my job. Them trying to attack my Shabbat observation, and I'm not even gonna really say attack, but just they really leaned on me and pushed me to really see, I guess, how serious I was about keeping the Shabbat. I've had to get a lot of paperwork and have meetings and stuff with the equal opportunity office and all this stuff like that, but it's like Brother Gideon said, it's asymmetric warfare. It's coming from all angles. Satan bombarding you with thoughts, family members and people you haven't heard from in years just call you out of the blue. All right, hold on. Daggone phone attacking you. You know what I'm saying? No, all types of weird sounds popping up in there, but just any angle. There's a brother, one of the brothers, I think it's multiple people. I think it was last Shabbat or Shabbat before. I tell the people, man, we get in there, we're doing deliverance, we're praying, we're giving counsel, and I tell the people, hey, I'm gonna just let you know, when you go home and y'all head back this week, expect to get attacked. Expect combat. If you're gonna come up here, if you're gonna fellowship with the saints, expect war from any. It's literally like the Matrix, where people who are not engaged, people who are not spiritually grounded, the Most High, they're not locked into doing the Most High's will. They're gonna be agents. These spirits are gonna just jump into them and use them to attack you and hinder you and distract you. Okay, so like I said, a lot going on. We gotta go, but I gotta go into the first thing. We're gonna do our news and updates. Keep y'all locked in on what's going on, and we got we gotta talk about our our reggae, we ain't gonna say reggae, what do you call it? Haile Selassie worshiper, or whatever this freak show dude is, who I'll tell you the story on this guy here. So as far as with Spiritualcombat, because he's calling out Straitway, which, like I said in the comments on this video, Straitway, Florida, awaiting orders. I just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? Brother Gideon was down here. Appreciate him where he got us. And Straitway, Florida, awaiting orders. You know what that means. Anyway, the history with this guy, almost a year ago, I was doing a lesson on something, and somebody came in there about weed anointing oil or something, and I'm like, dude, where y'all get this from? And I went into my regular breakdown on marijuana usage. That, it's the THC. The THC is what gets you high. It's a toxin. Is regarded it affects the body as a toxin. In marijuana, in the marijuana plant, in its original form, the marijuana plant there's trace amounts of THC in it, and the majority of a marijuana plant is CBD. And this has beneficial medicinal effects on you when you smoke it, okay? So I brought that information out. The marijuana they have today, the marijuana all these people claim to be, it's a herb that the Most High gave us, is most of the time full of a ton of THC, which serves no beneficial effect to the body, and a small amount of CBD. And now they have marijuana is so strong that it mostly causes psychosis, as you will see by this video from this dude here. So we'll just listen to this guy for a very quick second. Here you go.
None of y'all got no righteousness, all right? All y'all blasphemous devils, all right? Psalms 18:8, smoke went up from his nostrils and consuming fire from his mouth. All right? So shut up.
And that's his breakdown of why you can smoke weed. Literally. that is how he justifies getting smoked out. Is that verse right there. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. But so let me wait, hold on. He's live right now in his car. Let's see what he's saying.
You know? I wonder what great thing tastes like, man. Wow, man. That's some heavy shit, man.
He live right now. There he is.
Hey, man. Am I driving okay? I think we're parked, man.
There he is. Hey, man. Hey, we ain't wasting time with none of them distractions, man. That's him right there. His new name is Cheech and Chong. That's him. But anyway, yeah, so that's how he's justifying that. But the truth is, the edibles, all this stuff, I go as far to tell people, if you're doing marijuana edibles and it's the medical grade marijuana that is full of the THC, then you're fine. That's full of the CBD, then you're fine. I mean, it's the medical grade, it's CBD. It does not get you high. Marijuana in its original form does not get you high. But if you're doing that genetically manipulated bread, the stuff they done bred in Jamaica and all that stuff like that, where it gets you all high, it lowers all your, I mean, if you look at how it affects you, you can't stay vigilant like the Bible tells you to. It will open you up to demonic possession, and then you're going to be over there taking scriptures out of context, saying all types of crazy stuff. And I'm a clown your ass. Okay? Oh, straight up. All right? And but anyway, I had to block him because of that almost a year ago. So what happened recently was one of the brothers in my ministry kind of followed him loosely, and when this brother started following me, he came out here fellowship with us, and one of the things I told him to do, and not because it's some type of biblical rule, just because I felt led to, I told the brother, hey man, you need to cut your hair. And this brother's very serious minded, and the brother he went, brother Dex, and he went and he cut off his hair, you know, and apparently this guy Cheech and Chong there, he saw it, and I mean he didn't like it, and he started saying stuff about me, and then it turned into this whole thing about Straitway and whatever. Anyway, it's a distraction. Shalom, Sister Aviz. Appreciate your news articles you've been sending me, because I'm gonna be running some of them. But anyway, so yeah, man. But the moral of the story is, don't do drugs. I mean, they've been teaching us this since elementary school. So, all right. So let's go to the next. It says right here. I'm gonna go to this news article right here. It says, woman arrested at Auckland International Airport over student loan debt. So they're literally arresting people now over debt. Why am I putting this here? Because we, one of Straitway's big thing is get that debt paid off. Get out of debt. Don't be a wage slave. Don't be a debt slave. Don't be a slave to debt, man. Get it paid off. Because now, look at it. They're arresting people. So, let's look at some more articles here. Look at this. In Africa, it says 360 billion locusts and growing, a plague of biblical proportions. Okay, and this is over in Africa. I know they were in Kenya. They're in the Middle East. They were saying they're either in the Middle East or they're headed to the Middle East. Okay, so this is real talk, man. You see all types of stuff going on. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. My current events. Oh, here go another one. Check this out. I gotta check the date on this one. Yeah. This one I'm not gonna be able to put it up there, but I'm gonna just read the headline. It says, birds are disappearing across North America in an avian apocalypse. So it's like the birds are disappearing now. Okay, awesome. So in my YouTube comments, the brother Redbeard's Racing, he put in response, or rather to prevent locust damage, he said what you need to do is grow your food in a greenhouse. That's good. That's good information right there. Okay? So just simply grow your food in a greenhouse, and that's going to prevent that locust damage. That's good. That's good advice, brother. Appreciate that. Somebody else, Brother Tony, put to hell that THC. He said it is an acronym for the hell connection or to hell connection. Look, man, just going back on that, like, you want to stay vigilant, stay aware, because your adversary, Satan, he walks around looking for who he may devour. So if you want to, you cannot stay vigilant, sit there like, hey man, hey, what's going, you gotta stay in a aware, discerning, awake mind. Like you gotta stay vigilant, stay on alert. Would you put some dude high on, like if you're on a community, would you have him doing security watch late at night, knowing he gonna be out there getting lit? Like these folks is useless. And people will tell you that, hey, it lowers your aggression level, But I'm telling you, they got strands now that will make you aggressive now. Genetically modified or... Okay, they might not be genetically modified. They're bred. Like they've bred them in a way that certain strands can make you real aggressive. Certain strands can make you real laid back. And everything in between. Okay? That's real talk, man. Why would you want to be like that? You want to just stay sober-minded. Like the book says, stay sober. Oh, man, you can't make it up, though. I'm telling you. Let's see what y'all saying in there. Okay. All right, we good. We're going to press. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right. Go back here. 40. So it says 43 killed and almost 400,000 displaced after deadly monsoon floods in Jakarta. Okay? So there's flooding going on out there. Oh, man. Look at this, man. I'm going to show you where we at now. Can't make it's sad. Look at this. Children's pole dancing classes defended as not sexual. And that's on BBC. Okay? This out. I mean, think about where we're going to be at in a couple of years, man. I'm not talking about 10 years. In like 2 to 3 years, man. I'm telling you. You're going to have to be totally away from these people. Okay? Wow. Brother Redbeard's Racing said, I used to smoke until one day I heard a voice in my mind saying, why do you need this to be close to me? Apparently, that dude that we showed in that video did not hearken to that voice. Yeah. I mean, to have that type of response to it, and to take a verse clearly out of context, it don't make no sense. Yeah. And like Elder Rufus said, come out of her, my people. We got to come out of this thing, man. First spiritually and mentally, and then literally get away from all this stuff. I'm telling you, this thing getting ready to go down the drain. It's circling the drain right now. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see what else I got in. And then we're all the same and there's no racism news and this, that, and the other, to the people who act like, oh, America's home of the free and whatever of the brave and all that crap news. Look, this is added reason. Look, student drug dealers spared jail as judge says he was impressed by the grammar in their text messages. Okay? This is the Telegraph. Okay? This ain't, I mean, and the reason why I point out that, hey, this is the Telegraph, I got to point that out is because, I mean, when I read this stuff, I got to make sure it's not fake news. So I try to make sure it's coming from a legit newspaper. And I want to say the Telegraph, that is a legit newspaper, right? And yeah, literally, you know, they're spare jail. You look at some of, some of the black folks, man, they will bury their ass under a prison, you know. And that's just confirmation, you know, we are the people of the book. It's written. You know what the deal is, you know. But, hey, look, he said, the book, the Bible also tells you, look, Most High said, I'm going to whoop the hell out of you. Literally, he going to use these other nations to beat the wickedness out of us. You know, you going to know. He's like, look, you get off the path, you're going to get whooped extra hard with sugar on top. You know, because you know better. You know, I gave you these laws, statutes, and commandments. But on the same note, you know, you get in the book and you do your study, because I don't have the verses right here with me. He also tells you, look, these other nations, I told them to discipline you, but they went too far with it. So they going to get dealt with too. So they need to repent too. Don't sit there, because you get people that sit there and say, oh, well, you know, it's because y'all didn't keep the law. Yeah, but he going to deal with y'all's nations too. So y'all better repent too, because y'all went a little too far, or a lot too far. So it's a dookie sandwich, and everybody going to take a bite. We going to just keep it 100, you know. But, this, you know, you can't make this stuff up. This is why you got to keep it right. You know, don't get caught with a pinch of marijuana around you, because you're going to get psychosis. Some of these people are going to get psychosis. I'm using the medical terminology. In the medical field, they call it psychosis when you get demonically possessed from opening the gate by smoking weed or marijuana or whatever they want to call it today, you know. And like I said, they've opened this. If you look at this society, they have the requirements have been fulfilled for demonic possession on a mass scale through what? They've legalized marijuana usage. They have lowered morals to a level where kids can get molested and all types of sexual depravity can be regarded as normal. And what they're doing is opening the gates to mass demonic possession on a mass scale. And that is why we need to do what the book says. Come out of her, my people. Be separate. You know what I'm saying? Get away from me. Come up out of these places, man. But in order to do that, we got to get our minds right. People got to stop BSing themselves and lying to themselves. And that's what we're going to get into today with this lesson I got. And I've largely parked. Let me see if I have any other. Okay, I got one last news article, and it's all points to the exact same thing. And I'm trying to show people, look, we Yeah, I'm not gonna run that one. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna just talk about it real quick. Is they had the Iowa caucus, basically the Democratic thing to pick a person to run for the Democratic thing. Anyway, it was a debacle. It was a hot mess. And then Donald Trump was they were gonna impeach him. He didn't get impeached or whatever. All that is to say this. You see the division, like the Republican, Democrat, the separation there, and the division among this nation, this Greco-Roman Empire is you can see it growing and it's accelerating. Where like Nancy Pelosi looks at Donald Trump as more of an enemy than some of these other nations, and vice versa. Donald Trump looks at Nancy Pelosi or the Democrats. They look at them as a bigger enemy than Iran's leadership, you know, than China. Like they have a bigger hate for them. And that is book. This nation's beginning to fall apart. When you start looking at this gun thing, another county right here near us, here in Jacksonville, Florida, I think it's St. Johns County, has declared themselves a Second Amendment sanctuary. There, it's going down, man. You can see the writing is on the wall. You see it. It's going down. It's just added motivation to be ye separate. So we gotta we gotta stay engaged. We gotta really be about this book. And I'm telling y'all, man, I don't waste my time anymore with people who are not about this book. And it'll be people walking around with the book, saying they about the book, talking a good game. Footwork. Period. If they footwork don't line up with the book work, keep them moving. Because it's going to be a distraction. It's going to be a distraction. So anyway, title of this lesson today is Staying Engaged. We're going to be talking a little bit about asymmetric warfare, about complete, total, all-around warfare, and what that means. And we're going to be, one of the things I'm gonna talk about is how, you know, we got to remember, because I watch a lot of people and they don't have a total understanding of the battlefield. And the battlefield we fighting now. I remember being in the Air Force, they talked to us about the modern battlefield and how our airplanes and some of the weapon systems I worked on and performed maintenance on, me particularly, I worked on a lot of bombers and fighter planes and stuff like that when I was in the Air Force, how that tied into the battlefield, how it tied into the warfighter. One of the analogies I gave to me and some of the saints here in Florida down here, we were talking about deliverance and how that ties in. And one of the brothers was like, well, you know, what do I do in the meantime, waiting for the Shabbat to get deliverance with the brothers? And I gave him a battlefield analogy. I said, okay. I was like, you're in a firefight. You're shooting and the enemy's attacking. One way, I'd say one analogy that you could regard deliverance and the Shabbat and the fellowship with the brethren is like calling in an airstrike. Okay? When you call in that airstrike, you give them your coordinates. Hey, boom, 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 boom. You give them your coordinates, and then you give them the target's coordinates. And there's soldiers out there who've messed that up and given them their coordinates where they're located at, and the bomb was, but you give them the target's coordinates of where the enemy is, and then, sometimes you paint the enemy with a laser. You keep a laser on where the enemy's at, but you got to keep that target on the enemy. This is knowing and discerning and studying on what you're dealing with, what spirit, where you're being attacked at spiritually, what you're wrestling with spiritually, having the boldness to look at where you're being attacked at spiritually. Self-discernment. You don't have pride. You're really looking at, hey, I'm wrestling with this, I'm wrestling with that. Okay? So you look at and you stay focused on that. So you keep your laser on that. In the meantime, you gotta stay fighting, stay shooting, stay fighting the enemy till that bomber changes its flight path. And flies over the target, drops some bombs on it, takes them out. Drops a laser-guided GBU bomb on them. 1,000-pounder. Wham! Takes them all out. All right. Because they were attacking you. They had you bunker down. But you got to stay engaged. Stay fighting. Well, after that bomb drops, now what do you got to do? You got to go in and claim that territory. You got to go in and put boots on the ground. What does that mean? Whatever you were struggling with, say it was a spirit of fear, you got to start walking in boldness. You got to go take the ground. You can't just sit there, stay in your little bunker looking. No, you got to go, get up, and go over there where they were shooting at you at, and get your feet on the ground and begin claiming that territory. A lot of people, it'll get cast out and they don't claim the territory and it comes back. The enemy sends in reinforcements because they're like, he didn't take the territory. And then you're under attack again. Then we got to fly another bomber in again and drop another GBU on you. Boom, take them out again. And now we waste some bombs when you could have claimed that territory and took it back over, put boots on the ground and put your flag down and took it and build up walls and defend it, So that's the analogy that I gave there for it, is staying engaged. And that's what we're going to get into. And that's why I say faith without works is dead. A lot of you get delivered from something, you get these spirits cast out, whether it's calling in an assault. Sometimes you're so overrun, and this is why we're talking about spiritual combat. I was in the Air Force. I'm giving those analogies because literally they would call in when I used to work on the B-1s. I seen the bombs they put on that thing, man. Some of this stuff will blow your mind. Like, I'm thinking how big some of these bombs are. I mean, they were huge. And they weren't nuclear weapons. I mean, this is like conventional stuff. Huge. I mean, wow. And they would call, I've actually been on a range when the plane has dropped the bombs, and it's like, if you were the enemy on the ground, there's nothing you can do about it. Same thing when you're, same thing in deliverance. When there's spirits in there and you know their coordinates, and you drop one of them bombs, there's nothing they can do about it. They got to come out. But if you've seen, what was it, Teacher Eric's video that he did? He talking about zebras and horses. But basically, Hey y'all, let me know if that was teacher Eric who put that up yesterday, because I was watching that. But if you watch his video, he's talking about discerning which spirit is in there. This is just like knowing the coordinates of uh this is like knowing the exact coordinates of where the enemy's at, because if you're not painting the laser, because you get a laser, what you do, you get a laser, put it on the target, and the plane locks in on where that laser's at, and that's where the bomb goes. Okay. If you don't if you don't know what spirit you're dealing with, we're going to be dropping bombs on nothing. Okay? We want to drop it right where the enemy's at. So you got to know where that spirit's at. And like I said, I think it was teacher Eric, he put a good video up about that, about knowing where, you know, what you're dealing with, what's in there, and properly discerning what you're wrestling with and what you're dealing with. That way, like they say, you could put warheads on foreheads. You could put that. You could properly discern and cast those spirits out. But once it's out, you got to take. I'm telling you, you got to walk it out. And different areas, different people. You got some people, me, I was more one of them who, I'm on some Rambo type stuff, like the enemy's shooting at me, and when I need to be calling in an airstrike, instead I'm just loading up with ammo and grenades and going in, and but it'd be more effective, you know. So that's people who might, or I'm gonna just do it myself. I don't need the saints, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 you know. Somebody said carpet bombing doesn't always work. Yeah, carpet bombing is the mass deliverance service. That's carpet bombing. Yeah, you know, and it works sometimes. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes you got to do that precision laser guided weapon. Sometimes you got to be a sniper. You be like, okay, I see that spirit in there. Yeah, you know. So yeah, it's all types. It's just analogies of, but the most important thing, and one of the things I see lacking a lot, is aggression, being aggressive, okay? Aggressively coming at this stuff, okay? So let's get some scriptures, because what I want to show is the different areas where this is you got to come at all angles. You got some people who sit there and they call in strikes all day, but they never go in and take over the ground. So they got planes dropping bombs all day, but they won't go in and take it. You got other people who go in and try and are fighting head on when they need to be calling in strikes. So you got some people who are walking it out. They need deliverance, but they're trying to fight it on their own. And then you got other people who are just getting deliverance, but they're never walking it out. Okay, so that's the analogy I'm trying to put there, and we're gonna break it all down right now. All right, let me get my scripts. Okay, some of the scripts. All right. And one of them is that scripture, I think it's in Romans, that you serve whoever you yield your members to. Okay? That's one of the ones that I'm going to be pulling up. There's a couple of them. If I can find them. But pull up my breakdowns. See what I can find here. Okay. There we go. Okay. In 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3, it says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ." Okay? That's one of the verses. Okay? And I just, I watch a lot of people, they fall into that, oh, let go, let God mindset. So, and they're not using all these tools and weapons that the Most High has given us. They're like, oh, I just paint the target and sit here in my little foxhole, and I just keep having these planes come in and drop the bombs on here. And they never take their sword or their rifle and their hand grenades and use their legs and get up and go walking in there. You got a lot of people, they'll get delivered from something, and it's like you got to teach people that's why you need a experienced leader who can tell you, yeah, you've never walked before. So, the first time you do it, like for instance, Christ said, your faith has made you whole. He said, get up now and walk. He told him, you've already been healed. Only get up and walk. And you see a lot of people, like, you got to tell people, look, you've never walked before. So your first couple steps is going to hurt. Like, that's okay. You need somebody to let people know, yeah, there's going to be a little pain when you begin taking these first couple steps. And you need an experienced person to let you know, hey, pain's okay. Like, pain's not the determining factor on whether something is righteous or unrighteous, So I hope that's hitting folks correctly. All right, somebody put yep, discerning the spirit. Somebody said, ask pertinent questions. That's right. And it takes a lot of study and research. That's the warfare. It is study to show yourself, to show thyself approved. You got to be diligent. Okay? You got to be diligent. All right? Let me see. Let me get some of these verses that, hold on one second. I'm going to pull up all my scripts for y'all. All right. All right. Let me see what I got here. It says, poor people. And I'll tell you, while I'm looking for these verses, I'm going to tell you this, okay? When a lot of times when you feel angry, or not angry, a lot of times, I'm reading what I'm pulling up here. Okay. A lot of times when you feel like you've hit a wall, a lot of times when you're like, all right, what do I do now? Why isn't this happening? There's a couple areas you need to look at. And it usually boils down to a couple areas that you need to be working in. Am I taking action? A lot of times, I see this widespread with a lot of people. A lot of times, the reason why you're hung up and you're still struggling with the same thing is because you simply The Most High then giving you the deliverance, or he's done his part. You're needing to stand up and walk. This is what I mean. That is the big one. Where you're like, why does this keep happening? And a lot of people just need to take action. You got other people where they're struggling with something, and yeah, they need deliverance. They're trying to take action. They're aggressively taking action, but it's like they're fighting in a paper bag because they need something cast off them. I've seen that too. Like people like, man, I want this off me, but what do I do? And they got the aggression, they got the fight. They need to call in an air assault. Okay? And because I'm fighting, I'm warring. They got the aggression, the boldness, this, that, and the other. They just don't know about deliverance, about the spirit, the strong spiritual aspect. So what do they need to do? They need to get back down, take cover, keep suppression fire on them, so the enemies keep their head down and they don't advance on your position. So stay diligent, stay praying, stay fasting. But on the same note, you need to study. You need to read. You need to get spiritual understanding. Okay? So what we need to do is just use discernment to figure out what the battle plan is. Okay? All right, so hold on one second. Let me see. Trying to find this here. Where is to do nation? Yes, all right. Just seeing if I can find my list of verses that I put down. If not, I'm going to just have to pull them up on my own. All right. And I had read these before, but okay, so all right, I'm gonna just have to pull them up myself real quick. It won't be a problem. All right, first one is all right. So let me see what we got here. Joshua 1. I think it's gonna be Joshua 1. So let me check this out. All right. I like the way. Okay. All right. So we're going to read. It says, now after the death of Moses, and let me put this up here so y'all can see it too. Make it bigger. And put it up here. All right. So what we have here. It says, now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spoke unto Joshua the son of Nun, Moses his minister, saying, Moses my servant is dead. Now therefore arise, go over into Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give to them. So the Most High has given them the land. Now what I'm doing here is we know the context. I'm taking this into using this as a spiritual context where the Most High, like a lot of people, they've been delivered. He's giving you the deliverance. Only you got to take over the territory. You got to take the land that he's delivered into your hands. You can't just sit here and say, okay, I'm delivered. And then you wonder why it keeps coming back, or you keep wrestling this, that, and the other. You got to take it. You got to walk in it. You got to test it. You got to walk in a spirit of boldness. Okay? You gotta, okay? You gotta take action. All right? Y'all put you put a 100 in there if you get where I'm coming from and where I'm getting ready to go with this. He's like, which I do give to them. He's giving it to them. You've been brainwashed by Christianity, by this Greco-Roman Catholicism understanding of the word. You've been brainwashed into this like Disney mindset of, just this ritualistic way of doing what this book says. And that's not how you need to be. When the book requires everything that the Most High is giving you, it requires you to literally use your arms and all your other aspects. It's just not some magic pie in the sky, hey, call in a strike and just watch them drop bombs and I'm going to hide over here in my hole. No, it requires you have to come out, walk, and use all your weapons you've been given for this combat. So look, it says, that he says here, thou and all this people unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel, every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon. You're going to have to get out and walk and do this. That have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses, from the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the river. So he's just telling them the what he's given them. Okay? There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. And he said, I've given you the power to tread on serpents. But a lot of people, they either are afraid and they won't do nothing, or some people go as far to call in the airstrike, and then the bombs come in, boom, they break it all up, but they just stay in their little foxhole hidden. They're like, and it takes somebody like me, like, man, get your ass, get over there and take it, walk, take it. Yeah, but my legs hurt. Yeah, because you've been sitting in this foxhole for so long. Yeah, your legs gonna cramp up, but you got to make the muscles work and get out there and start fighting. So it's like, look, there shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. Be strong and of good courage. You need courage. You can't be no chump out here. You can't be no effeminized, hey, wearing pink shirts, running around looking like half a gayfer and all this stuff like that. No, you got to be a soldier out this mug. This is not Christianity, tiptoe through the tulips, speaking a soft voice and let go, let God. No, he requires you to man the hell up and be a soldier out this mug. All right? For unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. See, this is all everybody here. Oh, God gave it to me. Yeah, but you got to take it. Like, God's giving you something, you got to take it when he gives it to you. It's not magic. It requires something on your part, effort. All right? Is he saying it again? He just said, be strong and of good courage. He's saying it again. Only be thou strong and very courageous. I gotta say it again. This is not this half gay, homosexual, feminine, hey, shalom, and all this, cupcake, feminized crap that's trying to creep in even to the Hebrew movement. This is man-ish. You know what I'm saying? Look, man. Did y'all see, put a 100 up in there if y'all watched the Brother Gideon interview. Like, That's why I like being around men like that, because and men like Pastor Dow and Elder Rufus and Elder Mitchell, like men, dudes who, like, that's good to be around because that encourages you. You know, I don't like being around. Hey, how you doing? Mother, shake your hand like this. Hey, that's being around folks like people like that will make you weak, man. That stuff bleeds off. Being around Brother Gideon, he was down here for like 3 or 4 days. Like, by the time he left, I felt encouraged and emboldened. You know, it's good to be around people like that. That's real masculinity. And there is a drought for that in society now. It's funny, man. Yeah, like the brother just posted in there. We don't eat cupcakes. We eat steaks, dude. The man up movement. Let them swing. Come on, man. This real stuff. You gotta, even Gideon said, man, the spiritual combat is on a whole nother level. He's been in real combat, but he said the spiritual combat is on a whole nother level. And you seen the precision, like because I was being around Gideon, watching how he operated and does everything. He wants to know the exact correct way to do stuff. And I was like, I'm thinking in my head, man, that's one of the, you know, besides the Most High having a calling on his life, I was like, wow. I was like, that is how this dude survived in warfare. He made sure he understood what he needed to do and how to do it correctly. Excellence of execution. And I see a lot, that's one of the things you see with our people out here, a lot of blatant sloppiness and excuse making. The book tells you to be strong and very courageous. You ain't, and we stumping, like here in Jacksonville, Florida, we're gonna be strong. Straitway, Florida is gonna be strong, and we're gonna be courageous. We're not endorsing this feminine society. Like, we ain't letting that creep up in there with us. It's gonna be men down here, man. That's so important, especially in your marriage and in your relationship. Everything hinges on you being strong and courageous as a man. The Most High is talking to the men here going into this place. You ain't gonna be strong and courageous walking around like, hey, you know, hey, wearing tight pants. I told you, I was up in Walmart, man, this week, and it was sad. It hit me hard. It was like, dude, all the men were wearing these tight pants, looking like women, and feminine clothes, and pink shirts, and talking. When I say all the dude, literally everybody. And I'm like, in my mind, this is what I'm hearing in my, am I the only one in here seeing this? And all the women got these eyelashes out to here, high heel shoes, look like strippers or hookers. And I'm like, what the hell is going on up in here? Like, what is this? It's crazy. And it's like nowadays, like all the men are scared of women. The men are just straight scared. And I was like, man, I was like, what's going on? Like, we got to be trained. We got to learn to start fighting and enjoy fighting. Not be lovers of fighting, but I'm just be ready, willing, and able to fight. Number one, spiritually, but dang it, physically too. We're going to be at that range. We're going to get them shots right. And like I said, we got a Golden Gloves boxer who's a member here. We're going to start getting punched in the head. Look, one way or another, them weak, effeminate spirits are either they're gonna get cast out or punched out or something. But we gonna man up. The man up movement. It's not a game out here. That we are. I mean, man, when I walked in that Walmart, I was like, dang, this is a full assault. It's like, man, it's like you gotta come straight against this thing. So, Brother Redbeard, he put their face is fake, hair is fake, probably fake, everything, dude. Yeah, it's sad. We have dropped the ball. Us as men, we've dropped the ball. And listen, but this home is your home, men. You got to defend your family in the physical. But a lot of men, yeah, they might have a weapon, but you also got to defend it in the spiritual by being a strong, masculine example to your women and to your children. It's imperative. We're not playing out here, man. All right. My guy said, yeah, they out here acting like sissified Tweety birds. That's big old facts. And I've seen it, man. Like when I get around folks like that, they just I've watched it before. It's like this weird look I get. It's like these two looks. I'm like, it'd be like boom, boom, and they'd be like, like, yo, this dude ain't playing. You damn right. I'm not playing with that damn feminine ass spirit, man. That's an abomination. He said, nor the effeminate. And you got to search yourself and make sure you have no ways that are like women. I err to the side of caution. It's like, if I got like a shirt, my wife bought that, it was a little too light blue. I will never wear that damn thing. That thing gonna be a rag in my shop out there for wiping my hands after I'm working on cars. We're not playing that. You gotta err to the side of caution, man. All right, so look, let's keep going. Because again, he said, for a second, or this might even be the third time, be strong and of good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only, is this a third time? Be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left. He said, ain't no wiggle room. Stay engaged, like stay locked in. Don't get distracted, especially in this dead season. You got to stay engaged, stay focused on getting your mind right, because that's all that matters. Like, it's gotten to the point, I don't even know what I've unfollowed a lot of people and unfriended a lot of people on Facebook. Even if they post one weird, like there's a lot of people on Facebook, they'll post, look at this unrighteous woman. And some woman with a junk all in your face. Who? No kidding. Why are you posting porn though? It's a distraction. Because what happens, people are seeing that. As soon as I see somebody post something stupid like that, or these women who want in a little story post some picture they looking like a damn slut, I delete them. To the point where now my news feed is literally just news and edifying events. I don't even know what's going on in social media land unless somebody says, hey, look at this, you know. Like I said, this Cheech and Chong Hebrew over here is full of smoke over there. I didn't know about him until people brought it to my attention and how all that came about, you know. Staying locked in, staying engaged, man. Because, y'all, man, as soon as we got into this, and you seen all the attacks Pastor Dow and Straitway have been getting from all these demonically infused. They like, I don't know who's in control on some of these folks, whether it's the demon or their personality. I don't even know if some of these folks, I'm looking in their eyes, I don't even know if they are in there anymore. It's like they just got up out the driver's seat and let the demon sit there. They're not taking instructions from the demon. They letting the daggone demon drive. All right. So it says, only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all thy law, which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. Err to the side of caution, dude. It says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. It says, have not I commanded thee? He's talking to Joshua. Look, is this again? Be strong and of good courage. Make sure you're courageous. I tell you, man, and I'm not saying you're not going to get scared. I get scared. Fear is what causes you to turn away and not do it. It paralyzes you. Being scared is just a nervous system response, like just a something you can't, like when I poke myself, I feel it. I can't stop myself from feeling that. Well, I get scared. But when I feel, when that feeling of scaredness is real strong, sometimes just to test myself, to make sure I don't turn into a chump, I go straight through it just to challenge myself. Like I talked about out here, I got forests and stuff that surrounds my property. If I feel too scared about that forest, I go walk out there on the darkest night and just go through the fear, and you feel so, or go through the thing of being scared, and you feel so good. But I see and this is a wake-up call, because a lot of feminized men get scared and have fear, and he hasn't given us a spirit of fear. Sometimes you have to get that spirit cast off you, but a lot of times it's people, the spirit of fear is cast off them, whoo, it's gone, and they just stand in their foxhole. They waiting for the feeling of being scared to get cast off. Well, that ain't gonna get cast off, because being scared is something that's wired into you. Man, we got man up, man. We need bold soldiers on this thing. Look, have not I commanded thee? Hey, look, let me read my notes. Look, fear of facing you. These are fears people have that they need to go through. So the fear of facing their past, of emotional things or demonic things that pop up in them, and they don't want to face them. They make excuses to themselves and to others. Here go another fear. Fear of women or your wife. Fear of standing up. Well, she wouldn't like it if I did this. She gonna nag me. That's another fear. And your wife in your ear, or your woman in your ear running her big mouth and this, that. Okay, whatever. That's a big one. Look, fear of money. A lot of people worship money. That dictates everything. Hey, I might go, you might have to get that job at Walmart. That's what I be telling myself. I'm like, hey, look, at the end of the day, if these dudes ain't going to give me my Shabbat off, I just get I'm going to get a job somewhere. Somebody going to hire me. Look, people who shut down and or run when the going gets tough. And what does that saying say? When the going gets tough, the tough get going. And when the going gets tough, the weak make excuses. And then they're gone in the other direction. They're not going towards the tough. You see what I'm saying? Man up, y'all. Go watch that Brother Gideon video. Because you can say whatever you want. If you actually get around Gideon and begin dealing with him, and it's good to be around somebody like that, because one thing he don't struggle with is fear. It's like talking to him is direct eye contact, and it's intention, and you could tell he means everything he's telling you, and he's a man of his word. Weak, feminized, soft dude. One characteristic of them is they say something, they don't mean it. All right, we're almost done here. It says, "Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest." Some people put their wife's opinion over what the book say. Clearly. Don't make me go on that. Look, then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, okay? And we could go all in on that and blah, blah, blah. Okay? Real fast. Look, it says, the Lord, where's that verse say? The Lord has not given us a spirit of fear. Again, this society has. They make you worship your wife. They make you worship women. You can't serve God and mammon. A lot of they get you to worship, put money over Yah through a spirit of fear. They what else? What's another one? It's gonna come to me. But yeah, he hasn't given us the spirit of fear. We gotta, this is real talk, man. You gotta search yourself. Pride will cause you to have a spirit of fear on you. You know? It's a lot. That a lot of times you're not gonna be able to do nothing if you're operating in that manner. Okay? Okay. So yeah, man. It's true combat. It's spiritual combat, and I gotta say it again. That's why I love Straitway Ministries, because the people, the leadership there, they are examples of masculinity, and we are the heads. And this thing, I when you begin walking this thing out, and according to what the Bible says, according to what the book says, you begin walking it out as men. The women fall in line. A lot of women in Straitway they get it, they see it. Women directly respond to masculinity. Not treating her like your mommy. And well, let me see if my wife. No, treat her like a wife. They have a positive response to that. But it's not what, and that's a whole nother lesson, not what people are accustomed to doing. It's not put out there regularly in this feminized society. So thanks, Sister V. She posted it, 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. That's that. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power. He given us a spirit of power. So that's like that boldness, and of love, and of a sound mind. Okay? That's the spirit he's given us. And we got to walk in it. All right? Let's see. Yeah. Let me... y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns up in there? If you do, make sure you put a question mark on it. There was one other verse I had. But, faith without works is dead. It says, you will know them by their fruits. I quote that one all the time. And the verse, be ye doers of the word, not hearers, deceiving your own selves. I don't know if I quoted that perfectly, but you understand that you could deceive yourself through a bunch of airstrikes, calling in airstrikes. Go look at the Christian church. They praising, they worshiping, they doing this, that, the other. But the one thing they're not doing is doing. They're not actually taking any action. And that's why there's Christian ministries, you can look at them, and certain aspects, they know how to call the late, they know how to paint the target and call in answer and do all this other stuff, but they're not a war fighter. They do not walk it out courageously and take the territory. And at the end of the day, you got to do. It says, he said, Lord, have I not cast out spirits and prophesied in your name, this, that, and the other? And I didn't quote that correct, but what does he say? Depart from me, ye workers of iniquity. So he said your works were not of the law. What you did, your literal action of how you operated, how you dealt, how you talked to certain people and responded to them, and who you were obedient to and who you were disobedient, and all this stuff, and your behavior and your personality was wicked, iniquity. It wasn't lawful. It didn't line up with the book. And it's going to require you to get delivered. You're going to require deliverance. Require you to get the indwelling of the Spirit. It's going to require all this stuff for you to truly walk this thing out asymmetrically all around in order for you to take that land. You know what I'm saying? So here it is, Matthew 5:16. For you let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works, glorifying your Father is in heaven. Again, when it says your good works, your Christian mind says, cupcakes and sugar and Jolly Ranchers and Skittles and sweet stuff and talking to everybody nice and all that. But then when I look in the book, what a good work is checking people, calling them out, standing up to rebellious women and stuff like you see what I'm saying? So a lot of the Christian mindset of what good works is literally what society's idea of being good and acceptable, is. But the biblical thing is something totally different. What Christianity and this society regards as evil, okay? Which is people's feelings get hurt. Hurt feelings ain't a sin. I say it all the time. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to wrap that up there. I appreciate all y'all tuning in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out with a song from my man, Sleepy LaFleur. And this song is called I Pray. So here we go.
You can't be wasting no time. Yeah. Stuck between the world and the truth. You gotta know that your soul on the line. You can't be wasting no time. It's all on the scriptures, read through the lines. I'm a king like David, look in my eyes. No, I'm not capping or quoting no lines. I am not perfect, but I'ma keep trying. Keep on repenting, renewing your mind. Humble yourself and lose your pride. I pray that them blessings rain down on me. I pray this reach the streets. I'm praying for my brother T. Stay strong, you never been weak. We ain't no slaves, man, we gotta wake up. Acknowledge, you know that they hate us. Fell off, don't do it again. Why you got grace? It's almost the in the Lord and stop sinning. I know it get harder, he got a plan. Stop all the arguing and all the fussing. Put down the guns and stop all the hate. We come together, then we gon' be great. Don't follow them heathens, man, they fake. Seek knowledge and truth. It works, just change you. Don't let this world get to your head. This world will rock you to bed. The government killing us too. They shooting poison in the food. Life or death, you gotta choose. You in the world or you in the truth. You gotta know that your soul on the line. You can't be wasting no time. It's all in the scriptures, read through the lines. I'm a king like David, look in my eyes. No, I'm not capping or quoting no lines. I am not perfect, but I'ma keep trying. Keep on repenting, renewing your mind. Humble yourself and lose your pride. I pray that them blessings rain down on me. I pray this reach the streets. I'm praying for my brother Tink. Stay strong, you never been weak. We ain't no slaves, man, we gotta wake up. Acknowledge, you know that they hate us. Fell off, don't do it again. Why you got grace? It's almost the end.
It's almost the end, you gotta wake up. Come back, you Jacob. Lost sheep of the house of Israel, you know they hate us. Grass cut in my mind, so I can see when they snake us. Conspire plotting, they take us. Kill us on a daily basis. I pray that this reach the streets. I pray when I face the east. I seen what nobody has seen. A bunch of slaves turning to kings. I pray for buckshot, bread boy, Mac 10 and K-Dog. I pray the Most High save y'all. Don't let the devil come take
You gotta know that your
y'all.
soul on the line. You can't be wasting no time. It's all in the scriptures, read through the lines. I'm a king like David, look in my eyes. No, I'm not capping or quoting no lines. I am not perfect, but I'ma keep trying. Keep on repenting, renewing your mind. Humble yourself and lose your pride. I pray that them blessings rain down on me. I pray this reach the streets. I'm praying for my brother Tink. Stay strong, you never been weak. We ain't no slaves, man, we gotta wake up. Acknowledge, you know that they hate us. Fell off, don't do it again. Why you got grace? It's almost the end.
Why we got grace? We gotta seek and make a change before it's too late. I pray that I make it to see them gates. I pray that my mama stays strong in her faith. I see the devil is cunning. He gon' give you what you want in this world now. He gon' give you all the girls now. He gon' give you all the money now. But we gotta stand up, rearrange the spirit, lift that man up, save us. Pray for me while we slaving in this land of captivity. How you gon' test and make us who we gotta be? Pray that our people's souls find a way to the Father that's in heaven. And all my people dying by the hand of the police. That's how we'll come
You
when they
gotta know
notice
that your
me.
soul on the line. You can't be wasting no time. It's all in the scriptures, read through the lines. I'm a king like David, look in my eyes. No, I'm not capping or quoting no lines. I am not perfect, but I'ma keep trying. Keep on repenting, renewing your mind. Humble yourself and lose your pride. I pray that them blessings rain down on me. I pray this reach the streets. I'm praying for my brother Tink. Stay strong, you never been weak. We ain't no slaves, man, we gotta wake up. Acknowledge, you know that they hate us. Fell off, don't do it again. Why you got grace? It's almost the end. I pray that them blessings rain down on me. I pray this reach the streets.